All right, you guys, we've been seeing a lot of news in the tax preparation world about notices that are going out. It's a CP53E notice, and you'll see that typically on the form down in the bottom left-hand corner, what the IRS notice is. But what it says we couldn't direct deposit your 2025 Form 1040 refund. And so one thing that you can always do is you can always just go into your Google and type in CP53E. If you get this notice, and it's going to take you to the IRS website, understanding your CP53E notice. So what this notice is, so what we've been seeing with these notices that are going out to our clients is if someone owed and they're making payments online, they really didn't have a refund. They got these notices. Some of it was a glitch by the IRS. And then another client just chose not to have their refund direct deposit. They wanted a check mailed out. So I believe what's happening is the IRS isn't wanting to mail checks anymore, so they're going to start moving away from that and starting to do more direct deposit, so they don't have to run the printing machines. But anytime something like this comes out, you have the fraudsters that are going to come out and they're going to duplicate what the notice is going to look like, and they're going to try to copy it because in the notice it's asking people to put in their bank information. So it's taking them to a fraudulent website and they're asking for your bank information. And so what you want to make sure is the IRS is never going to text or email you a notice. It's going to come via mail. So if you're getting something, just by your text that's asking you um, for you to update your bank account information, then you need to suspect it as a fraud. So good things with these is let's say that you don't put in your bank information and you did have a refund, the IRS is just going to issue out that check for you. So what I would do is I just definitely go in, why do I need to provide a bank account information for direct deposit? How will I know if my bank account was updated successfully? Can I update my bank account if I call in the toll-free number? What if I added or updated my bank information but made a mistake? Can I correct it? You want to go through these. What if I did not respond to the CP53E? So right here is the main part that I like to see is if you don't respond to the notice, we will issue a paper check after 6 weeks. So it may take you a little bit more time to get your refund, but at least you're not putting in your bank account information to a fraudster that can just duplicate these. And that's why I don't want to show the form. But you'll see the form. It says it really boldly across the top, but scammers will make it look like it's coming from the IRS. They'll copy the notice. And so there's little things to look at, you know. But what I would do is, come to the IRS.gov website, type in this, read about it, and then you can always go in and set up your own account with the IRS so that you can always see your account transcripts and your return transcripts. So that way you always know what's going on with your account. So anyway, if you get that letter in the mail, don't take it 100% as truth, especially if you're getting a text and emails. Don't reply to those. Don't put in your information. If you do, it's one reason for scammers to get your bank accounts. And probably what I would do too is more and more don't be putting out your bank account information, especially when you're out shopping. Make sure that you're not using your personal debit cards. Make sure you're using a credit card, just so if there's any problems, if people taking over your account numbers, it's better to have a credit card account than a debit card account that gets stolen, especially if they're making fraudulent charges. So anyway, this is out there. Just make sure you don't get caught on this. So yeah, you'll see in the upper right-hand form, IRS notice CP53E. It's also down in the left-hand corner, and it's got to come to you by mail. But if you do get one, also always just reach out to your tax preparers. Let them see what's going on. Did you have a refund? Did you owe? At least have the conversation. So, all right. Hopefully this is some value. Talk soon.